Hoops headlines the night as the stack regular season is beginning to hit its stride. The Metro played host to the action on Tuesday with two sectional champions headed to the city from out west and a third matching up with Maine and well. We start in Vestal as the Golden Bears hosted the 2A champs Horseheads. First quarter, Jadalyn Hanson working off the pick and roll. She gets to the lane and gets the layup. 2 points there for the Bears. Horseheads gets the answer though at the other end. Blue Raiders reverse the offense and Maddie Ribble goes baseline. She can't get the finish, but Jordan Gross is there for the rebound and the putback. Second quarter, Blue Raiders in transition again. Samantha Bonell giving the ball for a give and go with Emma Karras. Bonell gets the ball back and gets the jumper to fall. Caroline Rea trying to keep Vestal in this one. She cuts to the hoop and is rewarded for her efforts with the layup. But Bonell, too much with the rock on Tuesday. She goes behind the back there. The 360 finish. That's just an 8th grader, folks. Horseheads a winner over Vestal, 53-33. Moving across the river now to Union Endicott as they hosted Elmira. Second quarter action. Mariah Matthias getting to work. But it's Miss Williams looking like Miss Matumbo out there saying no, 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 no. Tigers turn that block into transition down the court. The layup and that off the assist, cutting the Express lead to 5. Elmira would find Matthias early and often, though. 2-4 had 22 points on the night for the defending AAA champs. First points here of the third quarter. It's Matthias again with the left hand. Tigers trying to shoot their way back into the game. In the third quarter, UE gets the rebound. And the second chance, corner 3 is good. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, folks. Express feeding Matthias again. She fights through the contact. Layup is good. Free throw is good. Tigers taken down at home Tuesday night, 58-41. Youngsters getting the night going in Spartan country. Second half action. Corning's Michaela Evans drives to the hoop. No one's there to stop her. Hawks up by a touchdown to start the third. Spartans' Bree Butler turning the defense into offense. The steal, the layup, and cut into the Hawks lead. But the offense coming from behind the arc for Corning. Charlize Stearns from outside. Hey, just because you're tall doesn't mean you can't shoot the rock. That's good for 3. Then the extra pass to Lily McNeil. Open in the corner. That's good. Spartans answer back from behind the arc. Elena Romanelli here with the 3 ball. But the Hawks answered back for every blow that the Spartans threw at them. Deanna Shacklock here. Again from deep. The Hawks winners, 41-36. We head to the scoreboards. Binghamton getting a win at home over the Ithaca Little Red, 66-32. While the Oneonta Yellow Jackets, they took down the Owego Riverhawks at home, 38-29. Seton Catholic and Susquehanna Valley going head-to-head in Class B. Sabres winning big over the Saints, 79-21. And a close one in Class A with Shenango Valley taking it over Norwich, 45-40. 2 other matchups tonight as Waverly and Windsor met, with the Wolverines winning at 59-34 over the Black Knights, and Watkins Glen taking down Whitney Point, 51-35.